you will take me do. You know why? You got mad when you look good. See your friend said it. I call up me say my yeah. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
Love and care.
Yes, I will.
To love and to hold.
Yes, I will.
Reach up home.
Not too sure.
Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
To love and to hold.
Yes, I will.
Reach up home.
Not too sure.
For the love.
Oh yes, I will marry you. I will come here for you. If you give me a chance, I will cook for you. Now my head, I will carry you. Oh yes, I will marry you. I will come here for you. If you give me a chance, I will cook for you. Now my head, I will carry you.
The day you agree to marry me, now that day your story change. Because I will show you love. I will give you care. I will give you kabagi. Will you get a chicken head? No flowers, say we can't run. I will make you real big you. Now not back at you. When you go we buy your own neighborhood. When they see you, you respect. Now the only thing they will give you. The only thing you will lack. Now they will what you not ask me for. You won't feel your head at night. You won't play your news. Where you want to do? You won't go up to chill. You won't go to places. Don't worry. You already get a mental sorry. Smile now. You can't hug me now. You won't kiss me anywhere. Go ahead and kiss me now.
They know that I want you. I can make it without you. Don't it beat that can't do the things you not do for me. Baby, can't let me love for you. I want that don't say like you. Can buy me all the good. Oh. Baby, can't let me love for you. I want that don't say like you. Can buy me all the good. Oh. Rub my body, baby. Kiss me in the public. Anytime you're ready, must say do I am ready. Rub my body, baby. Kiss me in the public. Anytime you're ready, must say do I am ready.
Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
Love and care.
Yes, I will.
To love and to hold.
Yes, I will.
Reach up home.
Not too sure.
Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
To love and to hold.
Yes, I will.
Reach up home.
Not too sure.
For the love.
Oh yes, I will marry you. I will come here for you. If you give me a chance, I will cook for you. Now my head, I will carry you. Oh yes, I will marry you. I will come here for you. If you give me a chance, I will cook for you. Now my head, I will carry you.
Beats.
They say I love money, penny. Oh, you say you love money, penny. So many say they can't love money, penny. They can't love money, penny. You love penny. Well, I what the money can do. 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 Well, I what the money can do. 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 I put my money in the red bank. Before I was buying the money, I don't see my money in the red bank. Hey, I never switch it from Bangladesh. They can't let my style, but the money can concentrate them. Hey, please my hey, please my oh. How did I now please my please my hey, please my oh. How did I now please my hey? Can't be a dapuna. You a dapuna. You can't be a dapuna. You don't get more like you wanna dapuna. They una pay as you call. Looking for it. And see money making I can see not the looking for it. Can't be a dapuna. You a dapuna. You don't get more like well, what the money can do. 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 Well, what the money can do. 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 People are all about just I got more like my bag. I got you. Catch your breath. Monkey go up, monkey hard to calm down. Monkey calm down, monkey calm down. If you they say you want me calm down. Monkey calm down, monkey calm down. Money for hair, baba ground. monkey calm down, monkey calm down. You're a monkey sweating, now I calm down, monkey calm down. What the money can do, 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 well, what the money can do, what the money can do, what the money can do, what the money can do.
Yeah, beats.
If I got problems, relationship not among them. And if they bump me again, you're the only one I want. All of them, I want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. Her body so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big jesting, oh yeah. I'm falling hard for you, oh yeah. Hard times too, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. When you feeling my back too, oh yeah. All of them, I want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. Her body so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big jesting, oh yeah. Now I'm for you, oh yeah. All for you, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Are you feeling my back too, oh yeah. My baby tell me say, she love my style. She really wanna be the one to walk down. Let me just die if I ever break your heart. If I ever lie, if I ever leave you, let me cry. Everything going up, you the only one who keeps me calming down. The way you give me peace of mind, I know so you don't ever wanna see me frown. Now they got love I was looking for, doing early time. Where you are, where you come from, where you from come. Son, I must not wanna compare. Oh, no, sorry, what she doesn't contest. Oh, no. Boy, if you force her to show yourself, she will lay you down flat, that's so bad. Oh, no. That's my baby, yeah. You can blow all your own race. That's my baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. All of them now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. Her body so in jasmine, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Falling hard for you, oh yeah. Hard times too, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. When you feeling my back too, oh yeah. All of them now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Now I'm for you, oh yeah. All for you, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Are you feeling my back too, oh yeah.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
The Costa Show today is Friday, the 22nd day of the month of September, AD 2023. Yeah, 2023. We are here, folks. Good morning. Welcome. Buakai Kamara is my name. I'm pretty seated here for you. On this segment is a weekend's edition, and we are left with exactly 18 more days to go to the general and presidential election. Let me say Hi to everybody. Yaya Kamara, James C. Barkley, Evelyn. Let me say good morning to Evelyn, Angel, Finda Samukai, Yaman Thompson, all those watching us through the Facebook, and those that are monitoring us through the WhatsApp. Let me say, not WhatsApp, but YouTube, and they are tuned in, and wherever you are. Good morning, welcome. Let's see. President Weah took he spoke at the United Nations General Assembly. We'll be playing you that this morning, and then we can draft from there. Now listen to what President Weah said. Like I said, it's left with exactly 18 more days to the general and presidential election in Liberia. So we will be here this morning to analyze his speech at the General Assembly. So listen to what President Weah said, and he promised
Excellency,
what leaders there in
President of the 78th United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, Excellencies, heads of state and government, ambassadors, heads of delegation, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by extending sympathy to all nations experiencing loss of lives due to recent natural disaster. May the souls of all the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. I'm honored to address the 78th sessions of the United Nations General Assembly on behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Liberia. I congratulate His Excellency Mr. Dennis Francis on his elections as president of the 78 sections of the United Nations General Assembly, trusting that he will bring his word of experience to bear on the works of this August Assembly. I wish to assure him of my delegation's further support as he steers the works of this Assembly successfully in fulfillment of the expectation and confident repose in him. Let me use the occasion to congratulate your predecessor, His Excellency Saba Korosi, for the capable manner in which he administered the affairs of the 77th session of this General Assembly. Let me also commend His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, for the astute manner in which he continues to administer the affairs of the United Nations in these difficult and challenging times. His foresight, commitment, and dedication have kept the United Nations firmly on course. Mr. President, Excellency, distinguished delegates, we have convened at a time when the world is faced with many challenges: security, social, economic, political, and natural disaster. We must exert our collective efforts to confront these challenges with a view of resolving them in order to have a safer, secure, and prosperous future. We must continue to promote global solidarity and rebuild trust in accelerating progress on the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. The SDGs, by design, require bilateral and multilateral collaborations to achieve the result we seek. The theme of this year's debate: rebuilding trust, reuniting global solidarity, accelerating actions on the 2020 Agenda and its SDGs towards peace, prosperity, progress, and sustainability for all, adequately captured our current global demands. There is a critical need to ensure that development assistance is aligned with SDG projects. That is why my delegation welcomes and supports the Secretary General agenda for actions to accelerate the implementation of existing agreements, including the Sustainable Development Goals, and to re-embrace global solidarity and find new ways to work together for the common good of mankind. As the world deals with unprecedented global political and security challenges, there are growing concerns about the proliferations of non-state armed actors, threats of nuclear escalations, and extreme climate conditions. These challenges continue to serve as obstacles to our quest for a safe and peaceful world. Reaching the 2030 vision is to ensure that the journey is secure through accountability and mutual understanding. Liberia is committed to the 2030 agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. They are in line with our flagship National Development Plan, the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development, which represents our resolve to achieve peace and prosperity while addressing the structural impediments to economic growth and national development. Mr. President, the slowdown in global economic growth continues to be a challenge. Over the past 12 months, Liberia has made progress in areas ranging from health to education, gender equality, and infrastructure development. We are proud of our achievements in reducing maternal mortality rates, increasing gender parity in school enrollment, and elevating our overall health and well-being. Liberia appreciates the fact that this august body has once again directed its attention to issues of global health, as demonstrated by the number of high-level meetings to keep these critical issues on our collective agenda. Mr. President, we emphasize unity of purpose as we address challenges aimed at providing basic services to all peoples. Considering that more than 60% of Liberia's population comprises of youth, the future of our nation rests on their shoulder. Understanding this immense responsibility, we are committed to continue paving the way for their growth and development. Being cognizant that structural transformation drives prosperity, we are focused on infrastructure development with roads and energy playing a critical part. Thanks to the support of our many partners, we remain unwavering in our commitment to explore means to further the implementations of the Sustainable Development Goals as it represents the roadmap towards prosperity. I support Secretary General Antonio Guterres' proposed SDG stimulus plan and call for the actualizations of the
sorry, there's a little hitches there, but you're listening to President Weah annual message. Yeah, it's not annual message, but the message at the United Nations General Assembly. He said lots of things that on that day, but the key point is that he promised the world that there will be a free, fair, and transparent election. That's what he said. That's the key point. That's the takeaway there from President Weah's message. And as we head to the general and presidential election in 18 days, President Weah said that he will work along with the National Elections Commission and other political parties in making sure that this election, the upcoming election, is transparent, is free and fair, and nothing will go wrong. That was the promise he made to the other head of states there at the General Assembly. So it's welcoming. We must
The October polls will mark the fourth peaceful general elections in Liberia since the end of the Civil War in 2003. The 78th session is taking place at the time when my country is preparing for the first election since the withdrawal of the UN peacekeeping presence from Liberia. The October 10th election is an opportunity to sustain the gains made in our reconstruction and development processes. Mr. President, Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the government of Liberia has taken all necessary measures to ensure a free, fair, transparent, peaceful, inclusive, and credible elections. The National Election Commission has been strengthened to ensure that it operates without undue influence. In addition, political parties have committed themselves to a non-violent electoral process by signing the 2023 Farmington River Declaration, which obligates all actors in the elections to continue to promote peace. As a strong believer in democracy, let me reiterate my call for the respect of constitutional governance and respect for the will of the people. While addressing the issues of elections and democracy, permit me to congratulate all democratically elected leaders around the world. Mr. President, our world is also under threat for natural calamities as seen with extreme climate conditions globally. It is therefore our collective responsibility to urgently prioritize addressing the climate crisis as we strive to reach a target of 64% reduction in carbon emission. There remains a need to prioritize support to countries, including Liberia, that have the capacity to use its biodiversity in building resilience against the changing climate. The United Nations has always been confronted with challenges and has withstood the test of time. Hence, this too will come to pass. I wish to thank the Secretary General for his new agenda for peace. Liberia is in solidarity with these bold steps needed to address the triple crisis of disruption, biodiversity loss, and pollution destroying our planet. Liberia is hopeful that concrete global actions toward the attainment of the goals of the common agenda will be achieved. Liberia's journey is best captured in a spirit of unity, resilience, and ambition. Together, through collaborations and shared purpose, we can and must shape a world that upholds the rights and dignity of every individual. In alliance with our United Nations family, Liberia remains resolute in its commitment. We pledge to protect our planet, promote peace, and prevent conflict. We vow to ensure sustainable financing and amplify our partnership, reflecting our shared determination for a better future. We must also accept that this can only be achieved through collaboration between and among governments, non-government stakeholders, and other partners. which will guarantee transparency, accountability, good governance, and the inclusion of all citizens in the decision-making process. Mr. President, Excellency, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, let us remind ourselves that our collective strength lies in unity. Together, we can overcome any challenge, rebuild trust, promote peace, religious tolerance, uphold tenets of democracy, the rule of law, support women participation, encourage diplomacy, and strengthen global solidarity. I thank you.
Okay, so that's the message there from President Josh Manuel Weah at the United Nations General Assembly. And the key point here is that he said the government of Liberia has taken all necessary measures to ensure a free, fair, transparent, peaceful, inclusive, and credible elections. The National Elections Commission has been strengthened to ensure that it operates without undue influence. In addition, political parties have committed themselves to the Famator Declaration. So, folks, that's the voice of President Josh Manuel Weah. He's calling on. He made a statement at the General Assembly. I was not here yesterday. I was not faring too well, so I couldn't be on the show yesterday. So it's something that we needed to look at. His message at the United Nations General Assembly is something that we needed to look at because he's our sitting president. No matter what the situation is, he spoke on behalf of the Liberian people. Yeah, he spoke on behalf of the Liberian people. So he's representing us. So we will want to know your takeaway from the president message at the General Assembly. Some are saying it was just a mere talk. But let's wait and see. We are just 18 days to the general and presidential election. Just 18 more days to go. So as we head to the elections, all we call for is peace. Peace today, peace tomorrow. Yeah, and peace always. So we are awaiting that particular day to see what will happen. So that's the message from President Josh Manuel Weah. And now, as we are speaking to you, there is a call ongoing at the National Elections Commission. The National Elections Commission should have published the voter roll since, I think, a month ago. But up to now, they haven't mustered the courage to publish the final voter roll. Why is it important to publish the final voter roll? When the voter roll is published, you will know how many persons supposed to vote at a particular voting precinct. You will know how many persons supposed to vote at a particular voting or at a polling center. That's the time you know the amount of persons. But up to now, the National Election Commission haven't been able to do that. No, they haven't been able to do that. So, folks from within the Unity Party and Senator Abraham Darius Delon, they said, no, we are just 18 days to go. Why is it that up to now, the National Elections Commission haven't been able to publish the final voter roll? And they should do it. There is money for it. Why they don't want to do it? It was just, I think 2 to 3 days ago, they started printing it out. They started printing it out at the National Elections Commission. So, what were they waiting for? Were they waiting for the public to come out? Come out and start bringing up problems before they can start to do what it's supposed to do? I think it's not necessary. It is not. The National Elections Commission should be very careful. The tension that is attached to this election is too much. And this is the first elections after the peacekeeping mission in Liberia. We don't have peacekeepers again in Liberia. In 2017, we have peacekeepers here. We have people from other countries. But this time around, our elections are in our own hands. Our securities are in our own hands. If the National Elections Commission can work accordingly with the guidelines, they should let the Liberian people know what is the problem. So if the opposition bloc, the Unity Party through Abraham Darras Dillon, were we coming to come up to say, oh, there is need for the National Elections Commission to publish the final voter roll because we have a few days to the elections. Were they going to do it? Were they going to do it? No. Were they going to do it? No. But here we are again. Our elections border around is lying on the shoulder of Deviata Brown Lansana. You are a lady. You have children. Your character matters a lot. Your character matters a lot. The day before yesterday, I spoke about characters here on the show. I spoke about what you will do when you are given a little job to do as an individual. That job will speak for you. Yes, of course. That job will speak for you. So now, we are seeing the CDC, the folks in CDC, they are relaxed. They are now calling for the public, the publishing of the final voter roll. Why is it that only one political party calling for this? And it's something that will happen all the political parties. It's something that should be done. All political parties should call on the National Elections Commission to publish the final voter roll. This is not about who's doing it. It's about coming together and calling for the establishment or the publication of the voter roll. Yeah. There is need for everybody to come up together. Forget about you being somebody from CPP. Forget about you being from Unity Party or the CDC. NEC have the responsibility to do it. They should have done it ever since. Why is it taking them so long to do it? Why is it taking them so long to do it? That's the question. Is it that there is no money to do it or not? They just started printing out those names. They just started printing the names out. So what were you waiting for? What were you waiting for? It's very important. It's very important. It's very, very much important. We listen to the president. He said he made a promise. He made a promise at the United Nations General Assembly. Yeah. And that part of it is what I am basing my discussion on. It's what I'm basing my discussion on. He said to the public, the world, the government of Liberia has taken all necessary measures to ensure a free, fair, transparent, peaceful, inclusive, credible elections. This is what President Weah said. He, President Weah, too, should be calling on the National Elections Commission to publish the final voter roll. The government of Liberia has taken all necessary measures to ensure a free, fair, transparent, peaceful, inclusive, and credible elections. The National Elections Commission has been strengthened to ensure that it operates without undue influence. Listen again. The National Elections Commission has been strengthened to ensure that it operates without undue influence. In addition, political parties have committed themselves to a non-violent electoral process by signing the 2023 Farmington River Declaration, which obligates all actors in the elections to continue to promote peace. That's the voice of President George Manuel Weah at the just in the at the ongoing General Assembly. But here we are. The National Elections Commission is still messing around with our elections. They are still playing hide and seek. They are still messing around. So, folks, we thought it was in letting you know. Listen to the president there at the United Nations General Assembly. And you see what's going on now at the National Elections Commission. They are saying that they will start publication of the voter roll very soon. But we are left with 18 more days to go. Why the delay? That's our question. Why the delay? That's our question. So we'll stop right there on that part of it and move on to another talking point here on the Costa Show. But our eyes are on the National Elections Commission. We are looking at you guys. President, we have already made our promise. And all political parties should be calling on the National Elections Commission to publish the final voter roll. Everybody, all political parties should be talking about that. So again, my people, the issue about drugs in our country is becoming a natural disaster. We should declare drugs now as a state of emergency. Because with the influx of drugs in our country is becoming alarming. I think the government of Liberia should try to declare as a national emergency. The last time we told you about a drugs that was seized at the Rabos International Airport. First, they said it was moringa leaf. Later on, when they went to tested it, they said it was illicit drugs. The drugs enforcement agency confirmed that it was drugs. It was not moringa leaf. It was not moringa leaf. And they said the custom department of the Liberia Revenue Authority has seized and transferred boxes of confiscated narcotic drugs and 13 pistols or pieces of guns to the appropriate government entity. There's a report. The Custom Department of the Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA, has seized and transferred 3 boxes of confiscated narcotic drugs and 13 pieces of guns to the appropriate government entities. In an official handover ceremony held on Thursday, which was on yesterday, September 21st, the Custom Department relinquished custody of the 3 boxes of narcotic drugs to the Liberian Drugs Enforcement Agency at the Rabos International Airport. Another 3 boxes were confiscated again at the Rabos International Airport. The last time it was 10. This time around, 3 more boxes were confiscated again at the Rabos International Airport. And now 100 boxes of narcotic, they say 13 single barrel pistols, guns, were also seized and turned over. It said these narcotics, as indicated on the air bill, were originally imported into the country by Mr. Sam Sion, the C individual associated with the recent drug seizure incident at the Rabos International Airport. So the C man, now Sam Sion from the NSA, no, not him. The C guy that imported the first 10 boxes. He's the one that imported these 3 boxes again. He's the one that imported the 3 boxes again. Fellow Liberians, this is an eye-opener. Our country is becoming a transit point for drugs. This is a call to the government. I know they say if you haul rope, rope will haul bush. That's it. Those that are involved, those that are behind the importation of drugs in our country should be arrested, charged, and forwarded to court. If found guilty, they should be remanded at the South Beach. But again, here we are. Some are saying big names are behind that importation. Will the case go anywhere again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What am I saying? Not because 100 million worth of drugs was seized in our Liberia here. Nothing come out of it. 100 million. Was it 100 million or 100,000? Something like that, right? I think 100 million or something like that. It was seized at the free port of Monrovia. They allowed those that imported those drugs to leave the country. And now that case is nowhere again. Here we are, my Liberian people. This is alarming. People are pointing fingers at the king's table. What is this government doing about it? Will they sit down, their repetition be all out there as we head to election in 18 days? It's present. We are thinking the way that we are thinking, the ordinary Liberian people. Do you think this is good for your administration at about this point in time? I don't think so, Mr. Weah. I just don't think so. Every day that broke, every day that come out, a new day, we were here. A seizure of drugs. They see, they seize the other drugs here. Oh. They seize the other one here. Oh. Every day. Every day. So, we thought it wise in letting you know there was another seize of drugs, confiscation of drugs at the Roberts International Airport, 3 boxes. And the same individual that brought in the 10 boxes first is the same individual that imported this. It's the same person. And the last time I told you guys that there were big hands behind this. And those big hands need to come out. They need to come out and make themselves known to the Liberian people. So we thought it wise in flagging that this morning and letting the Liberian people know what's going on at the Roberts International Airport. You know, last time, Darlington and I, we were on a show. And I said, Prince Johnson statement about threatening our peace if the election don't go the way that he expecting it is something that, for me, I never welcome that statement from Prince Johnson. Of course, I know that everybody need to call for a free and fair election, but threatening our peace is something that we shouldn't welcome. If other political parties, individuals say, I will sit on this platform and condemn them. I condemn Prince Johnson's statement that if the election is not free and fair, it will not be easy in this country. I condemn it. I condemn it. And the Joint Security came out with a statement. The Joint Security said they have condemned. It says the Liberian Joint Security condemned Senator Prince Johnson threat of a Arab Spring rebellion should the government rig the October 2023 presidential and legislative election. Sorry, something we're playing in the background. Sorry. It says the Joint Security has condemned Nimba County Senator Prince Johnson threat of an Arab Spring rebellion should the government rig the October 10th, 2023 elections. But the question here is, are they planning on rigging the elections? His call is threatening. His call is threatening and should be condemned. We know this government is not capable of rigging elections. If I know they're not able, but it shouldn't be even running through their minds. It shouldn't be running through their minds. It said Prince Johnson stole a press conference on Monday that the impressive turnout exhibited during the UP's campaign launch on the 17th of September 2023 is an indication of the people's resolve. The people are resolved to remove President Weah from power. So Prince Johnson is saying, with the amount of people that came out on Sunday, it means that Liberians are resolved to take President Weah from power. That's why Prince Johnson. Mr. Johnson, we shouldn't base our elections on those things. No. On crowd pooling. I said it here for the United, the CDC, and I'm saying it here for the United Party. You are supporting the United Party. We shouldn't base our elections on crowd pooling. No. We shouldn't base our elections on that. So if you can be making such a statement against, let me say, against our peace, I don't welcome it here. I'm condemning in a strong term, Mr. Johnson. And it's a caveat also to the National Elections Commission and the government of Liberia. Stop thinking or making it appear that you will rig an election. We are heading to a crucial elections. It should be something that should be free and fair. Everybody should participate in this process. Everybody should participate in this process. It should be an open participation for everybody. But Mr. Johnson, threatening our peace is not the way forward. I condemn it in a stronger term. I will condemn it today, tomorrow, and forever. There's the only country that we have here. There's the only country that we have. Some people here, they say any small thing, they will fly from here and go to America. They will fly from here and go other countries. Some of us will not get nowhere to go. Now let's see Liberia will be in. We not get no other place to go only this Liberia. So as we head to the elections, there is need that we maintain the peace. So those are our talking points this morning. Now we'll open the phone lines on +231 888 6241 71 0770 102 102 086 010383. We're talking about the ongoing thing that is happening at the National Elections Commission, wherein the NEC haven't been able to publish the final voter roll up until we are 18 days to the general and presidential elections. Now other people are calling on them to publish the final voter roll. We listened to President Weah's statement at the General Assembly, and we listened to Prince Johnson and the drugs issue in our country. So we'll take your calls. Let's take the first person here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name, where you joining us from?
My name is Cyrus when I'm calling you from Minnesota.
Welcome, Cyrus.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, Mr. Johnson's statement, I see nothing wrong with that. The reason is, a couple of years ago, when Honorable Akara Gray called and said he will give Helen Johnson a better Liberia, where were the joint security? They never take any action. The statement by Mr. Johnson is a caveat to the National Election Commission. It's a caveat to the entire nation. So, what the government is trying to do, are they trying to tell that they are planning to cheat in the election? They want to afraid if Mr. Johnson said that. So, if anybody come out and say that whatsoever Mr. Johnson said is a threat to the nation, that is not true. So, they mean that citizens playing to rig an election.
Okay, so if folks within the CDC or other political party to come and threaten our peace, we should just sit down and look at it like that, because now
the man you see the word if. The man you see the word if that happen. So if you use the word if, you get it money then. So you have to understand that what the man say, the same word that Akara Gray used all intelligence during the time of the time, that the same word you Akara Gray say if, and put using the word if. So I see no problem with that.
Okay.
So if the government trying to cheat the election, they're going to feel it. Trust me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we'll take another person here on this line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name, where you joining us from?
I'm assuming Formula calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, go ahead, Ansu.
Yeah, I just want to touch on three things. You know, Weah, the farmer declaration you're talking about, he was the first person to break it. And the other Brown Lansana, she acting the job, the same thing job we are doing to the people in Bomi County and telling them say you care about their view. That's the same thing she's doing. She was speaking, oh, read my lips. Then Lele is all for trouble for our country. She really all for trouble. And you can remember on the Spoon Show when Honorable Darius Dillon call and talk about it, article coming up. The data was that the director from the data center, he came out and say how director you have is a secret. How director Brown Lansana if he mess up with our job, he will go to jail for 7 years. So the people they are up for different things. Because since September 18, this voter rules will be out. It's not out.
Okay. So thank you so much. Let we take another person from this line here. I'm trying to add Mr. Sheikh Sako on this line. Good morning. Welcome, Sheikh.
Good morning, Boaka. How you doing? How's the morning?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Boaka. Okay, Boaka, 3 minutes, like a 3-minute panelist on this show instead of the regular 1 minute. And I'm sorry that I would have been on the show this morning for us to at least accept Mr. Weah's lies at the UN. But this morning, Boaka, this platform is one of the credible platforms that librarians listen to. So I would not want you supporting things on this platform that are not factual. So because of that, I'm going to vehemently disagree with you on this platform this morning. One, when you said Weah spoke on behalf of the Liberian people at the United Nations. Weah did not speak on behalf of the Liberian people. Weah spoke on behalf of himself. He spoke on behalf of seditions, and he spoke on behalf of Samuel Tuwe. Boaka, number one, Weah did not speak about the things that are affecting our country. Weah did not speak about the issue of drugs. Weah did not speak about the issue of the justice system that have failed the Liberian people. Weah did not speak about the issues of extrajudicial killing or ritualistic killing, in which he's seeking the help of the international community to ensure law and order into the country. But instead, Weah went the same climate change issue that Weah have been carrying. Why is Weah carrying it? Because the funding that are allocated for climate change, Weah want to make sure that his government gets some of that money so that they can build more homes, so that Samuel Tuwe can build more homes. That is one.
Okay, so
Boaka, the second thing is
let me ask you now.
Boaka, the second thing, I want you to listen to me, Kinle Boaka.
I want to ask you the first one I just concluded with. You said President Weah represented him and the seditions. My question here is that which country President Weah represented at the General Assembly? I don't know.
We are you were breaking through. You were breaking through.
Yeah, so I'm asking which country did President Weah represent at the General Assembly? And my second question to that is that representing Liberia, does that mean that une seditions? Why he representing Liberia? If he representing Liberia,
Boaka, to represent Liberia, you represent Liberia as a president. But to represent the interests of Liberians, meaning you represent Liberians. So it doesn't mean because somebody go to represent the country, meaning you're representing everybody in the common sense. When we're saying that he did not represent Liberia, it's because he did not speak on the issues that are affecting majority of the Liberians. Boaka, then you sit on that, Boaka, you accept the fact that we are telling you, or we are telling the UN that this election is the first election that's going to be held after Ome drawdown. But I'm going to do research. 2017 elections was the first elections after Ome drawdown. That election was single-handedly.
Check. We had some peacekeepers here during that time.
Boaka, go and do research. Boaka, don't accept what we are saying.
Check. I will not agree on that.
Okay, Boaka, go and do the research. The election, the 2017 election, was single-handedly guarded and protected by the Security Republic of Liberia without the interference or intervention of the United Nations. There was already the Ome drawdown. You understand? Boaka, go and research.
Okay.
Go and research.
Okay, go ahead.
Ome was not in Liberia. There was already the Ome drawdown. Boaka, but there's the thing, Boaka, let me say this. You're speaking about the issue of we are saying they have capacitated the NEC to ensure a free and fair general election. This is what's going on right now. The FFR that's supposed to have been handed over to political parties since the 18th of September, because they will take time to dissect it, go through it, and make sure that the voter rolls are clean and it is genuine. Up to now, it has not been done. We did not speak about that. But instead of staying in front of the UN and say that, oh, everything is well. The Madam NEC chair, she was asked a question about the last funding. Instead of us giving a factual and a definite information like, oh yes, we received the money, the $3.5 million, the last money that went for the election, we received the money. But she said, yes, the check has been received, but we are trying to regularize certain things with the finance ministry. You serving as the PRO now for the Ministry of Finance, or you serving as the chair for the Liberian people? No, but I don't think that's fun. But that's one thing I would say. In as much as we want to maintain the peace in that country, if you look at the statement of PYJ, PYJ gave a conditional statement. PYJ said, if it's a conditional statement, if the elections are tampered with, the government will meet a strong resistance. So why the government is worried when they know that they're not going to tamper with the elections? Why are they worried? You understand? But Baka, I will say this to you, and I will end up with this. Baka, if we are and their accomplices ever believe that they will thwart or subvert the decision of the Liberian people on October 10, 2023, mark my word, they will meet the strongest resistance from political parties, from civil society groups, from capacitated groups that they're not aware of. And trust me, they will feel the better taste of the undemocratic process that they themselves have initiated. I got my hand up to take on this morning, Baka. You can take over your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, like I said, he asked me to do a research on when did the peacekeepers leave Liberia, and I just did that. It says the 30th of March 2018. This was published by the United Nations on the 30th of March 2018. It said on the 30th of June 2016, OMEO completed the transfer of security responsibility to Liberia authorities in accordance with the resolution 2239 adopted on the 17th of September 2015 rather. OMEO, listen, OMEO successfully completed its mandate on the 30th of March 2018. Once again, listen to this. OMEO successfully completed its mandate on the 30th of March 2018. You can find out about the mission, post, and activity, past and activity achievement through this website. The 30th of March 2018. By that time, they were still here. That was the time they left officially out of Liberia. That's it. You listen to it, brother? So we can say there is the first election after the withdrawal of OMEO in Liberia. And when I say somebody to come and threaten our peace, we're not sit down for that to happen. Let's take this other person on the line here. Good morning, welcome.
Yes, good morning, Boakai. My name is Napoleon Soso. I'm on a business trip in Barcelona, Spain. So I'm not in Los Angeles this morning. Boakai, you see, sometime it makes me laugh and make me feel sorry for our country. The reason why I'm saying this is that George Weah spoke well. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Day before yesterday.
When I say he spoke well, he articulated like he spoke his English. Before George Weah, you know, he before he couldn't speak the way he spoke yesterday. That's one of the things that we gave to him. But concerning some of the things that he said, he flip-flopped on certain things that was not right. Coming to this Prince Johnson nonsense, let me tell you something. Darius DeLon, then, when they got to know that NEC existed in Liberia, the reason why I'm asking this question is that Darius DeLon, instead of them, he and Yombly and the United Party to hold the NEC since January this year, accountable. They never did that. They sat down, they were fighting Musa Belete that is not even on the ballot running for president. They were fighting Musa Belete. Instead of them going after the NEC and make sure that, or summoning the NEC at the legislature in order to find out how they were going to form the elections, they never did that. They sat down, they were fighting Alexander Cummings, they were fighting Musa Belete. Now, almost few days to election, I see he putting some gangster in the street. If they bring war to that country, some of us will fight.
Okay,
We'll
so
get them out of Liberia. They better be careful.
Napoleon, my question to you is that should this be une Darius Delon or Nyomdi Kanga calling for this? Why is it that the people in the CPP or Mr. Musa Hassan Belete, Mr. Kumis, they themselves can muster the courage to call on the National Election
Let me tell you the reason.
I come in.
Okay.
Why is it that they themselves can muster the courage to call on the National Elections Commission to publish it? Is it only the folks in United Party that should be calling for that? No, all political parties should call for that. Why is it that you guys haven't mustered the courage to call on the National Elections Commission to publish it?
Is it a rhetorical question or you are asking me a question?
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, let me answer the question now. You see, Buakai, when you already portray yourself that you have already won election, let me give you a scenario. We Tire Suffering Rally. You saw what the United Party did to the CPP and the let's say the CPP, because the LP and the ANC combines is the CPP. You saw what they did. Was the United Party people in Liberia was not suffering? They were suffering. But because it was the CPP that staged that rally, they boycotted that rally and they sabotaged the rally. They sabotaged the rally.
Akami, you are talking two different things here. This is not.
I'm telling you the reason.
I'm coming on. This is not about political party. This is about Liberia. So if you muster the courage and call on the National Election Commission to do it, it's different from you calling for a protest.
So, Buaka, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Buaka, let me ask you a question. We Tire Rally, Liberians are not suffering in Liberia. It's not about Liberia.
It's left with people that want to attend it or not. If I know that I'm suffering, I will go there.
So
it's left with
my point here is that Buakai, there should be a joint force going to the NEC and requesting that all that United Party is saying right now. It's a legit, it's legit. It's legit. But what I'm trying to say, why keeping the other parties? Why you think Gonglo is not asking? Why you think the other party? Because United Party thinking that they already won the election, so nobody want to be.
No. All political party feels that they won the election already. Even the CPP,
United Party. United Party.
I come in, brother. The folks even in the CPP can say they will win the election landslide. It's a first round for them. So all political party feels that they won the election.
Let's be fair. The ANC, let's say the CPP, have never said they will win one round victory. They have never said it. The CPP have never said it. They said this team will go to the second round. Please, if you listen to Musa Belete last podcast, Musa Belete was saying they should come together so that when they go to second round, there should be a little gap so that they can meet each other and decide. They shouldn't be split.
All right, thank you so much. We have to take other callers on the line. Sorry about that, but this is one political party shouldn't call for this. Everybody, the CPP, the what kind of P or what kind of everybody should call for the publication of the voter roll. So don't come and say United Party should be doing it. No. You yourself have to muster the courage to call on the National Election Commission to do it because it's in your own interest. Now we'll take another person on the line. Good morning, Mr. Thomas William. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, Buaka?
Pretty well. I'm doing good, bro.
Look, Buaka, look, I was sitting watch show. I'm constrained to call right after that guy who called from Spain, Barcelona, who lives in Los Angeles. Buaka, I don't know. When you are not ashamed of being a Liberian, I don't know what would make you to be ashamed. Puaka, can you imagine how our country has fallen on her feet? Somebody who live in America will call on this platform and say, at least the president read correctly. He's been read his speech correctly. Why other countries are discussing the substance in the speech of the president or delivered by their president? A Liberian living in first world country, America, say at least the president know how to read well and happy. The only thing that makes him happy, Weah was able to read well. Like somebody teaching their third grade or second grade daughter how to read 1, 2, 3. Can you imagine? You're not even discussing, the president speech. But let me go quickly to the president's speech.
Yeah, because you're already eating up your time, oh, brother.
Yeah. The president's speech was a mess. Boaka, as a president, you delivering speech at the United Nations General Assembly. This speech should be backed. Those words should be backed by statistical data. If you say infant mortality rate have increased or have decreased, tell the people in 2021 it was at 50%, and in 2023 it is at 30%. You cannot be speaking as a president like somebody speaking on Broad Street at the Atai Center. You have to be giving statistical data, you understand, on how you have made several improvements. You talk about the National Election Commission. Let me lay on this back 1 second. You talk about the election in Liberia. Up to now, the NEC have not even gotten 75% of the total amount needed to run an election. And you say everything is on course. But if you say everything is on course, you be telling the United Nations that 90% of the entire process is ready 18 days to election or 20 days to election, and everything is ready 90%, everything is on course. But now people don't even have complete funding.
All right, thank you so much, Thomas William. Now we'll take another person here on this line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Parker. How are you, man? This is Cova from Maryland.
Welcome, you're live.
Yeah, Parker, two things I wanted to talk on a little bit in regards to what Sheikh said. Actually, Sheikh was read from what you just read. Formula security mandate was turned over in 2016, but there has an institution left in 2018. There was no security apparatus in Liberia at the time. But Omeo completed all what they wanted to do at that time in 2018 and left. But there was no security at the time. Secondly, let's not put up on a pan man. Every time he comes and says, the party attached CTV, but he always attached the party. Every time he calls. To the extent that he's saying for election commission that only the party should go there because the party is the only one that claiming first one victory or will win election. They have been claiming winning election. Go and watch SKTV. They don't say that they want to lose election. They say they're going to win. It's everywhere they say that all the time.
All right. Thank you.
But he come and just say, oh, yes.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. We stay taking your calls. +231 888 624171 0770 102 102 86 010383 555 102 102. Now we'll take this person here. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
I'm calling from Dubai. I'm part of Scar. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You're alive. Please listen to me through your phone. Don't listen to the receiver.
Yeah. Yeah. From Dubai.
My brother, please listen to me through your phone. When you listen to the receiver, there's a delay. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what I wanted to say, this guy who just talked about direct deduction, that means the election commission scandal. I hope you get me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not only direct deduction way to go. Now election commission is a whole department. I would say ministry. Long time these people were facing all the tally sheet. And now we get less than 16 days or 18 days to go. What time they will finish with this thing on Tuesday before they start carrying it to the various counties? And each of the counties have district. So I don't really know what the people really want to take Liberia to or what they really want to do. Long time, that thing will be finished. Long time, we just be waiting, share it to the various counties. And you know, we have roads problem, like we're having roads problem. You should know all that. So people say maybe they will finish Tuesday. Before they finish Tuesday, when they will share this thing, when they will package it.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me take somebody else from this line. Pangomo, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Pangomo.
Hello. Yeah. Welcome. Good morning, man.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, good morning to the broad people. That man who's talking what they're taking from Minneapolis or where he's going to Barcelona is a foreigner. He didn't have nothing to do with the issue. He don't understand the bro. Who can go to football field when I win? Easy, Ipo, Lusa, and Madrid, the Ghana right now. Lusa will say, we'll beat it. There's something that LeBron going through here. As I'm speaking to you, we'll say that your own horses, they play in the morning, we'll take you what to go. The election, I'm bothering what people don't say. The CDC play left and run the election. They will see it from their toe to their hair. I cannot be setting it before. You're going to get president any better than you. Who never comment on that? Because you're ignorant, those stupid people, they wanted to take government and loot it. The way I'm walking. You get everything okay. Everything okay in the way I'm walking for your church, for your church. You get for your people, the money people, you're not okay. The 11 commission for money, he now gave it. He's careful, he never invest in the program, he never gave them the money. Our children, they can't go to school. Everybody can go to the worry how to pay their children's school fee. They worry. Everybody got pressure. They say they went to inform money people, they say everything okay. That's why the drug coming in the country. That's okay. The drug are coming. They never enter the laboratory to inform anybody.
All right, Pangomo, thank you so much. Let me take another person on this line. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Waka.
Yeah, welcome to the show. You are live with us.
Okay. Waka, how many aspirant president candidates do we have?
Those that vie for the position are 20.
20. For now, I think they should go out and ask NEC to publish the voters' roll. Not only CDC or Unity Party, they have to do it collectively. And the other parties who haven't got any representative for the presidential candidates should do the same thing. It's a democratic system. It's not a one-man show.
Okay.
I think that's the only solution now because it's not too late. But they shouldn't leave it to CDC or UP alone. Now about George Weah's speech, there are a few elements that I want to draw attention to. The mortality in Liberia is still high among the pregnant women, and the children. The secondary appraisal is not true, as he said, because we still have children all over the street hawking or selling things when they should be in school. Whoever becomes the next president should put money into the education and make it a free education from grade 1 to 12.
Okay.
That is their right to do that as a citizen of Liberia.
All right.
So that every parent can concentrate in doing what is right for their people. We have to get Liberia to a standard and a stage where it's much better for all of us to enjoy, not for certain people.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in and be a part of it. Still keep your calls coming in on +231 888 6241 71 0770 102 102 or 555 102 102. We are talking wide range of issues. The president message at the United Nations General Assembly. We are looking at that, and we are looking at the statement made by Prince Johnson and the folks there at the National Elections Commission. Up to now, the final voter roll haven't been published, those are some of the things that we are looking at in the judge confiscation at the judge that were confiscated at the Roberts International Airport. But I take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Baka. How are you?
I'm good. Your name, where joining us from?
Okay, Baka, my name is Fanny. I'm already in Liberia. Ready? I call for how you call it for Prince Johnson and Yeke. First of all, I just want to tell Prince Johnson and Yeke, it's not only people that for war. So if they want to threaten our peace in Mama Liberia because the election, Prince Johnson trying to threaten our peace. Prince Johnson, you will be living. We'll catch you live. You and Yeke. So is that only you people for a war where you come on social media or you people get on your platforms, you'll be giving secret recording. You're telling the Liberia to say you're feeling bringing arm to this country. But we're waiting for you after the election. After the election, if you people lose, for you to come and get on the street, for you to bring war. That's the reason somehow we came back to the country. Right. We're already in the country waiting for you people already. So that the only message I want to give to Prince Johnson is not only Prince Johnson for war. Prince Johnson was even runaway soldier. When we were fighting in the country. Even Yaka Koniba, he was one of the scariest soldiers we ever see. On the phone, so for business, someone who came back in Liberia here. Yeah, how are you? Yeah,
so
Bakai.
Is there any plan of the government rigging the election? That's the question.
If the government is going to rig election, on the past election, the government are going to rig it. But the government not even get any plan. This government not even get any plan. The government not even get any plan of rigging any election. Okay. But those United Party people, they get feet to themselves, or the opposition, they get feet to themselves. They want to bring property into this country. But that's the reason someone will leave for us that we came back here into this country. We're waiting for them.
All right, thank you so much. Now we'll take this other person here. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Bakai. Good afternoon from my end. And good morning to all the listeners of the Costa Show this morning. My name is Donnie Asana, and I'm calling you from Italy.
Go ahead. You're live. 1 minute.
Yeah, quickly. Bakai, should we wait before war will come in our country before we start to talk? You listen to people that are beating war Trump. So I want to ask you a question, right? Maybe the question shouldn't be for you, but I want to ask you. Is it that when the election go to the way the opposition play, then it will be free and fair? Now, if the election go the other way around, it is not fair. That's my question to you before I go for it. Thank you very much.
What you asking me if the election go their way, it will be fair, but it not go their way, it will not be fair?
That's a question I want to ask you because just answer that question first.
But I don't know. I don't think Lami should be answering that question because I'm condemning a statement that coming from Prince Johnson. And you listen to me, I condemn it. We all should go through the process. The person the party that will be victorious should carry the day.
Now those guys are beating war drum, and now we are seeing drugs is coming in the country, arms are coming in the country. So at the end of the day, if those guys are from the opposition, particularly from the United Party, they think that they can destabilize this country, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, and we pray that it will not work. Thank you very much, Bakai, for the show this morning.
Thank you so much. Let me take this other caller here. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, Bakai, this is Hashim Formula, calling from Pennsylvania. I just want to say, those election commissioners, they should be elected and not appointed because the other Brown Lansana, she working in the interest of her boyfriend. So that's why she don't want to respect the peace of our country. They should be elected and not appointed. Any government take coming power, they should be elected and not appointed. That's all I got to say.
All right. Thank you so much. We stay taking your calls. +231 888 624171. Let's take this other caller here. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. Let me say good morning to your many listeners this morning. Brother, this is Bobby Abu Miska. I joined a discussion from District 6. Yo, brother, let's be real. No, nobody want to disable the peace and stability of the country when it comes to the opposition to be besides the Unity Party. And the government want to disable the peace and stability because Braka is up to now the total rule cannot be cleaned up showing to political parties up to now. So who want to do that? Look at every day, Braka, you have drugs and arms continue to come in this country through the port or the airport of our country. Then one want to put the blame on the opposition. The opposition goes and bring guns in this country. It means that somebody within the hierarchy. No, but we have a message for the incompetent government who has been mistakenly broken that they will not dare to have an election, that the trade they are playing with the Etoban Lasana. She is very hard wanted to make a decision. That with decision last, the country, all are doing will be happy. So that position says she into she will work in the interest of the country. She must not return the election result to support CDC. That will never work in our dispensation.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in. We still take some more calls, like 5 more calls. Then we wrap it up on the weekend's edition of the Costa Show. We are calling for a free, fair, transparent election, like the way President Weah told the United Nations General Assembly. He said, yes, this election will be free. It will be fair. So the ball is now in the court of the National Elections Commission to go about conducting a free, fair, and transparent election. We are still taking your calls. Put them through on +231 888 624171 0770 102 102 0886 010383. So when the thing is that when my brother Napoleon called and said the Unity Party people feels that they have won the elections already. Every political party that go into the race have the feeling that they have won the elections already. Every party. So if you say that you say, you will wait until the results, you have to put yourself in the mood. That's what other political parties are doing. Let's take this caller here. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name is joining us from?
I'm Famata K speaking from New Jersey.
Welcome, Famata.
Yeah. I called this morning to talk on the issue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we are talking about peace and we are talking about Teresa Brown. My advice to Teresa Brown first is that she a woman. She knows what it takes to see a child in the street. She knows what it takes for a woman to get into the market and a child hungry. I'm appealing to her this morning to please see reason that this election go free and fair. And another thing for what people say about Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson said if, and some of us here we in this place here, we don't want to live in America. You pay a high-end money, you go Liberia and the election, and the election does not go the right way, it won't be justice to us. We cannot collect money here to stand back for pulling places and the election don't go right. So I'm appealing to everybody, I beg you guys, let's see reason that the election should go free and fair. Thank you.
Thank you, Famata, for calling in. We can still take your calls. We can take 4 more calls. Yep, 4 more calls on +231 888 624171. Call now and you'll be live with us We are singing peace. We are singing peace because we know what happened to us 14 years. And these crucial elections, there is need that we maintain the peace. So those that will call us start sounding the war drum, we will condemn them in a stronger term. We will. We will sit on our platforms and condemn them, because if it's going to be the CDC that are going to say it, we are going to condemn them. So if Mr. Prince Johnson is saying it, I will sit here and condemn Mr. Prince Johnson. If it was from the CPP, I will sit here and condemn it. Yeah, I will sit here and condemn it, because we need a peaceful country. We need a country that we ourselves can depend on. When we go out, our family that are out, they want to come back home. How would they come back home when we have tension in our country? How would they? How would they? So, Davietta Brown Lansana, you, like the lady that just left the land said, you are a lady, and your character matters a lot. If you try to damage your character because somebody is pushing you, forget it, my sister. Forget it, my woman. Try to do the right thing for the Liberian people. Let the Liberian people go through out the process, and yes, so that we can be proud. We say yes, we are gradually growing democratically rather. But if you sit down, what you're supposed to do as an NEC, you don't do that. The voters roll, you're supposed to clean it and then publish the final voter roll. Up to now, you can't do it, except people start to raise concern before you say you're going to do it. What should it happen that way? What should it happen that way? If you don't have the money to do it, you let the legislature know. Say all the money that you tell the Ministry of Finance to give, they haven't given the money to us yet. Then they will see international partners will come in. But if you just sit down and allow somebody to ride on you and tell you to do something that the way they want you to do it, it's not sending a clear message out there for you. And this election border around you. It borders around you as a lady. Step up your game. Let the people be proud of you and say that yes, when she served as a National Elections Commission, as a commissioner of the National Elections Commission, she did her best. And she's somebody that we can trust. You have age in your favor. Don't you think people can still push you to spearhead the election in 2029? Yes, of course. But if you allow yourself to be right on for just the 2023 elections, where would that recommendation come from? There will be absolutely no recommendation. So we can take two more calls coming up on +231 888 624171 or 0770 Let's take this caller here. Good morning.
Good morning, Boakai.
Your name, where you joining us from?
I'm calling you from downtown Libertane. My name is Goff Johnson.
Go ahead, Goff.
I call you to say something about the next chair. You know, Madam Brown Lasana, I believe she wouldn't make people to think that, she shouldn't do things to kind of make her family record very bad in this country. The other thing to the limelight somewhere in the 80s, much for working for LBS. Some of us who grew up in this time knew the kind of person she was at this point. And she knows very well what caused our nation to plunge into civil crisis over the period that today Liberia has been waking up from it. So she must be able to act right in order for us to have a peaceful elections so everybody can survive and live in this country. We want to ask her at this point to make sure that what is hindering is something that is very, very much important for our nation. She shouldn't take the election business a joke. Any attempt for to connive with any leader or even the ruling party to put this election into jeopardy is going to be a serious problem for our nation. And we don't want our people to go back to war again. I want to advise us strongly. All right? She should be the head of brand of the area. Who spoke on the radio, who broadcasted, and we saw. You know what happened during some of those period here? She was here. And she's aware. She know when Emma Hammond handled elections wrongly in this country, what happened afterward? She must not lose her thinking to do things that will put this country into chaos. Thank you very, very much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. We take one more person on the line. Yep, one more call. +231 888 624171 0770 102 102 86 010383 555 102 102. You will be live with us this morning on the Costa Show, and we are all calling for the same thing: peace, peace today, peace tomorrow, and peace always. Our government should muster the courage and tell David Alberta Brian Lansana what to do. This is our last caller here this morning. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, brother. Good morning to your audience.
Where are you joining us from?
My name is Musa Keita, calling you from Minnesota.
Okay, Mr. Keita, welcome to the show.
Brother, why are you always doing this to the CPP? Councillor Gongo is a candidate in this election, one of the renowned lawyers in the election. That's the first thing. The CPP went to court when the Unity Party was laughing. We argued that the National Election Commission has no right to re-demarcate the districts while the census report was at the preliminary stages. And people say we were crazy because we were running to court. It's court our house. We don't want to go campaign. That was the argument. What the law is doing is valid. The law can be supported morally, not necessarily to go to the next headquarters to go stand by him. But we support him. We give just a reminder that when one party takes on an issue, another one can argue too.
Okay.
That's my point. I want to wait for you this morning. So we want to put before you the top matter. And we need to not standing unnecessarily, but we think that they want to put as well spiritually. So if they don't go to the National Election Commission regarding the publication of the FRR, we are also in support of him. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So that's our last call for today. Or the weekend's edition of the show. Yeah, it's something that every political party should work on achieving. It's not just one political party. Every political party should work on achieving this particular goal that the NEC should muster the courage and publish the final voter roll. They should do it. They should do it. So, folks, this is how we come to the end of today's edition of the show. It's been a fascinating discussion, and throughout the week, it's been a fascinating one. Those that follow us this morning, join us on Monday. That's why we're back here with another edition. Yeah. Really, I'm not 200% okay. I need to go for treatment today. Yeah, so but I try to bring a weekend's edition. That's why you saw me here. I will join you guys on Monday, hopefully, and we will have a very brand new discussion on the Costa Show. Up until then, Buaka Amara Kamara is my name. It's bye-bye from now.